In this scene, the provider asks only one question at a time so that the provider and the patient are in full direct communication. The provider also maintains good visual awareness of the patient.
I'm going to go from the top of your head down to your toes, asking you questions about your health.
Voy a hacerle algunas preguntas relacionadas con su salud sobre distintas partes del cuerpo, empezando con la cabeza.
Bien.
Okay.
Do you ever have headaches, seizures, feel dizzy?
¿Tiene alguna vez dolores de cabeza o convulsiones o se siente mareada?
No, nada de eso.
No, none of those things.
How about your ears, or do you have problems swallowing?
¿Y en los oídos? ¿Ha tenido problemas o tiene dificultad para tragar la comida?
Oigo bien. En cuanto a la comida, pues nunca he tenido problemas.
I can hear fine. And as to eating, well, I've never had any problems.
Have you ever had any problems with your eyes, or see double, or have you had any changes in your vision?
¿Ha tenido alguna vez problemas en los ojos o algún trastorno de la vista, como ver doble? ¿Ha notado cambios en la vista?
Ya no veo tan bien como antes. Antes podía verlo todo. Mi mamá siempre me pedía que le enhebrara las agujas porque yo era la que lo hacía mejor.
I don't see as well as I used to, because I used to be able to see everything. My mother would always ask me to thread the needle for her, because I was the one that could do it best.
How about...
Y me hicieron una pequeña operación de los ojos.
I did have a bit of a surgery on my eyes.
Pero fue hace mucho tiempo. Me operaron esas... ¿Cómo se llaman? Esas cosas carnosas que salen en los ojos.
Oh, but that was a long time ago. They operated on those things. What do you call them? Those fleshy things in the eyes.
The goal of the professional interpreter is to establish direct communication between the provider and the patient. In the next scene, the doctor uses the third person and talks to the interpreter rather than using second person and talking to the patient. This means the doctor asks questions like, "Can you ask her if she?" rather than asking the patient directly, "Did you?" As a result, she fails to establish direct communication with the patient, and she fails to notice that the interpreter is answering rather than directing questions to the patient. In the second scene, you will see this replayed with good visual engagement and good direct communication.
Ask her when she first noticed the symptoms.
She said last Saturday.
Has she done any heavy lifting or any other strenuous activities? Anything out of the ordinary?
Cô
chạy chơi chạy lâu thôi rồi xưa cô chỉ bao giờ bi chạy chơi chạy lâu rồi đi cha. Cho yang cái của đại bi xứ thì cũng mấy lúc bị san đó lo, ta chỉ cô tự chỉ tông cái đi.
She didn't do any lifting.
Did she fall at all?
She didn't fall down.
Now you will see a trained interpreter politely and efficiently redirect the language and eye contact of the doctor and patient so that they speak directly to each other and develop direct communication and rapport.
Will you ask her when she first noticed the symptoms?
Please look at and speak directly to the patient, not to the interpreter.
Okay. When did you first notice the symptoms?
No one saw.
On Saturday.
Okay. Did you do any heavy lifting or any other strenuous activities? Anything out of the ordinary?
Chỉ tao chơi ra cũng cái của đại bí sư thì cô chạy chơi chạy lâu thầu số thơ.
No, I only had my ticket. It's the first time I was on the train.
Okay. Did you do any lifting? Like lifting a suitcase or a box or something heavy?
Chỉ là thần đầu ta chỉ cũng mấy lúc pizza đó lo của tư chỉ tông gali.
Not a box. I had a suitcase with wheels, but I didn't lift it.
Was it heavy or hard to pull?
Nếu bà nhà là hay chắp bà nhớ.
Cha chỉ nhớ theo ta chỉ nữ đại thầu của mong cả đồ sổ lú chế giật lầu của mong xí dân rồi cho chỉ cho cả cho bà thầy với già.
Not hard, but I got stuck as I was getting into the train, so I had to jerk hard and I fell back against the plastic rails.
Did you fall?
Có phải tông đó hả?
Của chỉ tông đó thì tia họ ta chỉ nữ dân mò ý à li thầu dùng đó giá tới rồi sẽ tư bị mò thằng đó lò lợ.
No, I didn't really fall, but it hurt as if I had fallen. Yes, maybe the pain started then.
Well, did you have to pull the suitcase a long way, or did you have to pull it in an unusual way at all?
Có phải tàu cha lúc đi sang tới mũi đấy là do hay thì giờ chờ có chỉ tàu này nữa cha.
Của chú dân chú của sắm ba thiên đó cậu mình chỉ ta chỉ của tàu cha lúc đi xa tàu tàu ốc cá bé tàu kể đế hẳn.
Yes, I had to twist my arm and my back to pull the suitcase behind me. We walked for a long ways.
Okay.
Interpreters must also know how to position themselves so that the doctor and patient are talking directly to each other and not to the interpreter.
Where I place myself depends on the situation. If the patient keeps turning to look at me, I may stand directly behind the practitioner so that when the patient looks at me, the patient also looks at the practitioner. With patients and providers who understand to look at each other and to talk to each other, I can sit anywhere. Sometimes, the only way to get them to look at each other is for me to sit on a footstool between them, below their line of sight. Of course, in a gynecology exam, I'm going to stand behind the patient's head so she doesn't think that I'm looking down there. Where I stand depends a lot on the specifics of the situation.
One of the requirements of the Medical Interpreters Code of Ethics is that interpreters will treat as confidential, within the treating team, all information learned in the performance of their professional duties while observing relevant requirements regarding disclosure. This means that interpreters cannot provide information learned while interpreting for the patient at another facility, nor can they provide information that they know from another situation, with exceptions for life-threatening situations.
Hi, how are you today? Excuse me, you interpreted for her at the nursing home, right?
Yes, I did.
And why was she referred here?
I'm required to maintain patient confidentiality, and I'm not a doctor. You need to request the information from the patient or the referring doctor.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You interpreted for her husband yesterday, right?
Yes, I did.
Did he have TB or was it something else?
I am required to maintain patient confidentiality. Please ask the patient directly for this information.